That statement of defiance is putting more distance between the lieutenant governor and the now disgraced Governor Cuomo.
With just 13 days now left until his resignation. We have team coverage tonight from our Dave McKinley and Ron Plants, but we begin tonight with Channel 2's Michael Wooten, who was live once again in Albany following Kathy Hochul's first news conference as incoming governor. Michael?
Yeah, Scott and Mary Alice, for the most part, everyone watching us at home right now in Western New York knows Kathy Hochul. Like her or not, agree with her politics or not, at least she is a known commodity. But that is not the case across much of this state, particularly down in the New York City area. And so today was an opportunity for Hochul in front of all of the cameras with intense national pressure to come out and introduce herself. And she did that, making something very clear today, that she wants people to know she is her own woman and not simply the number two to Andrew Cuomo. In fact, she flat out said they aren't close. They didn't spend much time together, didn't talk much. While the governor ran things here in Albany, she spent years crisscrossing the state, often in ceremonial roles, but also fighting for policy issues important to Democrats in the state and others. She wouldn't give many specifics today on policies or what she will do as governor. She wouldn't even flat out say that she won't pardon Cuomo should he face charges. But she did describe her conversation with him yesterday just as he was announcing his resignation.
And I thanked him for his service to our state. Regarding his decision to step down, I believe it is appropriate and in the best interest of the state of New York. And while it was not expected, it is a day for which I am prepared. And at the end of my term, whenever it ends, no one will ever describe my administration as a toxic work environment.
She said anyone associated with improper conduct as alleged in the Attorney General's report, or really any unethical behavior, will not stick around after this transition. And the transition will again last 13 days. That was Cuomo's idea. Hochul, it seems based on her kind of language today, she would have preferred a shorter transition period, but that's how it's going to play out. After that ends and she officially becomes governor, she says she will again address the people of New York and at that point lay out more of her policy proposals going forward, guys.
Now, Michael, obviously the governor-to-be was asked about COVID with cases and hospitalizations rising in many places. Tell us how she said she plans to deal with that.
Well, she did say that vaccinations are at the forefront here. She wants to see immunization rates increasing across New York State. But of course, she was also asked about masks. We're seeing in some states right now, governors instituting mask orders in schools for children, for instance. Governor Cuomo's health commissioner came out and said that's a local decision right now. Some of the emergency powers have been stripped from the governor. She was asked today, will you seek new emergency powers? And she kind of punted and said, for now, not her decision.
That does not mean that I'm not fully engaged with the healthcare partners, the current commissioner, and we've been getting regular briefings up to the minute, and I'm well aware of the circumstances in our state are frightening for people. And we will continue at this time to review closely what the CDC puts forth, but I'll be proud to and looking forward to sharing my vision on how we address this in a matter of a couple weeks.
Yeah, so again, Hochul there insinuating you only have one governor at a time. She's not governor yet. We'll hear more about what she wants to do with COVID and everything else in 13 days. Scott and Mary Alice.